All right, let's continue then to get reaction following the Western Cape High Court sitting in Saldanha Bay this morning, sentencing Kelly Smith and her co-accused Jacquen Appollis and Steveno van Rhyn to life imprisonment for human trafficking and 10 years for kidnapping. We get more reaction now. We've roped in UNICEF, South Africa's Chief of Child Protection, Makiba Yamano. Yeah, I believe you can hear us now, Makiba. I'm going to repeat my question just so that you can also have that benefit. So I was initially saying that, it is Child Protection Week. It begins today, the same day that Joshlin Smith's kidnappers are sentenced to life behind bars. Your reaction to that development?
Thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity for United Nations Children's Fund to speak on the occasion of Child Protection Week. We are deeply saddened and then also disturbed by the sad incidents of Joshlin Smith. What we would like to say also is that behind this high-profile scene, there are many more numbers of the children who are falling under the victim of child protection issues. We know from statistics daily, every day, 3 children are killed. And every day, 58 children are the survivors of sexual offense. So what we would like to also appeal through this occasion is that we need to unite our hands together to create a safe space for children at home, in the community, in the school. And for that, we need to put everyone's hands on the deck.
And I want to just, go and elaborate more on those SABC stats that were recently, published. The total reported sexual offences committed against children, we know that it dropped in the 2023-2024 period compared to the previous period of 2021-2022. But those numbers are still staggeringly high. They remain, I think, over 23,300 children were sexually harmed in this country. And these are only cases that have been reported. And when you consider, of course, of the reported cases, the conviction rate is also very low. We understand it's sitting at around anything between 4% and 7%. I mean, this is very worrying.
Extremely worrying, especially that these are only reported cases, as you mentioned. And then only the small drop doesn't really count, given the fact that there are many more cases that could go unreported to the police services. Many of the children also report that reporting to the police, they face many barriers, that they may not be taken seriously. And then there are also barriers in the case that perpetrators are their family members. They also face many challenges. And I also need to emphasize, while the South Africa is known for the high rate of gender-based violence, actually the sexual offense across the country, 40% of these cases are involved with children. So I think we need to re-emphasize and recognize the importance of protecting our children, because they are the future generation of this country. And if they experience sexual violence when they are young, the likelihood of them being victim of another sexual offense in future, or for boys to become a possible perpetrator in the future, could be high. We need to stop this intergenerational violence now. And for that, we need more investment by both governments, civil society, and community members.
And you speak about investment and mentioning those key stakeholders. The theme of this year is working together to end violence against children. I want to bring in, Joshlin Smith's trial again. What we saw there, with the community, we really saw a community that was working together with the police, firstly to find Joshlin, but also secondly to make sure that those responsible are put behind bars. And that did happen, thankfully, but it doesn't happen for a lot of children. When we speak about working together to end violence, where do you think the problems lie, particularly when you start looking at the society?
Interesting. And I think for the society in particular, we also want to start with family unit.
Yeah.
Because that's the core unit where we are actually united. Now, what we are also trying to invest is the caregiving and then the parenting program. Because what we saw is that many of the children in South Africa may not necessarily live with their parents. Some may live with one parent, some may not even live with neither of their parents. And then we know this from the general household survey. Now, we would like to make sure whoever that is caregiving these children, let it be maybe elder siblings, let it be the uncle or auntie, let it be maybe grandparents. These people also need to know how to engage with these children, having open conversation and communication, establish trusted relationships. And then beyond that family unit, there is that community layer where we know the word that for raising a child, it takes a village. So we also would like to see that support that could be provided for this family unit. That school that they are going to, there is an engagement of school governing body. And then the other parents to safeguard these children on the way to go to school, on the way back from their schools. There are community watch that are able to safeguard these children's lives, even outside of the community. So these are the community-based prevention mechanism we also would like to promote. And then we are also supporting the government of South Africa in putting emphasis on prevention and early intervention programs. That is called RISIHA, where we are trying to put the drop-in centers and safe parks with the constructive programs that children can engage and then also keep safe from the other harms that could occur in the community.
Makiba, thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate your commentary. Makiba Yamano is the UNICEF South Africa's Chief of Child Protection, of course, speaking there about Child Protection Week, which begins today, and also commenting there around the Joshlin Smith trial. You will know, of course, that the Western Cape High Court sitting in Saldanha Bay this morning sentenced Kelly Smith and her two co-accused, Jacquen, Appollis and Steveno van Rhyn, to life imprisonment for human trafficking and 10 years for kidnapping.